This is the Omni Analytics Group Pokemon Go Catch Rate Simulator app. With Niantic's release of legendary Pokemon raids recently, there have been a lot of complaints that the catch rates are extremely low. In other words, the Pokemon tend to break free very frequently, and we decided to use this opportunity just to turn this into a little application where it simulates the cumulative probability of catching a legendary Pokemon based on the throw parameters. So what does that mean? The first thing we can do is select which legendary. So far there are 4 that have been released, but we'll support the rest as they get released and the catch rates are known. We can select a number of balls. In this case, I've selected 25, which is approximately the number you'd get in about 3 or 4 raids. You can go as high as 100. I can then choose curveball, circle radius. So it kind of tells you, if you do a great throw, usually the radius is about 0.5. An excellent throw, the radius would be more like 0.15. And then I can say whether I'm using a berry and whether I have the gold badge for each of the 2 types for the legendaries. And so let me give you an example of what we get here. This is assuming just nothing. It's a really basic throw, no curveball, we don't hit the circle, no berry, no badges. It then tells you for a single ball, your chances of catching the legendary are 1.9%. And it's based on the formula that's down here at the bottom of the page. But then if you've thrown 25, it's within 25 balls, there's about a 38% chance that you'd catch the legendary. Now, suppose all 25 of those were curveballs. The graph is going to update here, and you'll see now actually within 25 balls, it's a greater than 50% chance that you'll have caught the legendary Pokemon. So maybe if I reduce the radius down to this, which would be sort of like a great throw, the rates go up, and I'm using a golden raspberry on every throw, and now we're really starting to see that at least within 25 balls, the odds are pretty high. And a lot of people doing the raids will at least have the gold badge for the flying type, and maybe even the gold for the other types. And now we're starting to get into territory where it's a near 100% chance, certainly not exactly 100%. Note, of course, Lugia has a little bit lower of a catch rate, so that's going to drop the rates down a bit. And then finally, what we can sort of do is simulate a little bit more than just 25. In 100, you'll see that we kind of plateau once we've thrown about 50 balls here at about an 100% catch rate given these parameters. What's kind of interesting is if we don't use a curveball, we don't hit the circle, we don't use a berry, and we don't have the badges, even in 100 balls, we still only have a 72% chance of catching Lugia, which kind of gets at exactly how the base catch rate is so low for these Pokemon. We'll continue to update this as new legendaries are released, but for now, that's our legendary catch rate simulator app.